So while I mainly focus on meditation, on mindfulness, on Zen Buddhism on my channel, on practices that allow us to be more conscious, more aware, more in touch with ourselves and our surroundings, I think it's also very important to talk about ethics and our concrete actions that impact our environment and the world we live in, which is why I think it's also very important to talk about veganism, our diets, and how they affect the beings and the world we live in. And so in this video, I want to focus about the most, maybe not the most important, but the most fundamental reason of why we should all go vegan. And this fundamental reason, this fundamental argument is that we don't have a necessity to eat animal products. It's purely a luxurious choice that we make. And in this video, I will go into detail and try to debunk some arguments that people use in order to say, no, animal products are necessary for our survival. We actually need them. So now I will name these arguments that people often come up with. And then I will go a little bit more into detail and say why I don't think that these arguments hold any strength. So the first argument that people use is that we live in situations where we need it for our survival, like maybe indigenous people who live on the North Pole or lions. Then there's another argument that people use. It's our teeth are designed to eat meat. We are actually omnivores. Then there's the protein argument. We need animal protein in order to survive. Then there's the, I would say, nutrition argument, or there are several nutritional arguments where people say you actually need the iron from animals to survive. You need the omega-3 acids in order to survive. And of course, the argument you need vitamin B12 in order to survive. So let me talk about the first aspect, or the first argument, that we need animal products in order to survive. And in the age we live in the year 2022, in the 21st century, most of us live in situations where we are not dependent on hunting fish or any other animals in order to survive. Most of us don't live in such extreme conditions that hunting animals, killing animals, eating animals are the only ways that guarantee our survival. Maybe that's been true for more people a few hundred years ago or thousands of years ago. And it's still true for a very, very small percentage of humans living on this earth. But most of us don't fall into this category. And yeah, that's basically the main point to this. We are not stranded on an island where there are only animals that we can feed on or anything like that. Then the second argument is the teeth argument, and people say our teeth are designed in a way that proves that we are omnivores, that proves that we are designed to eat meat. And if we actually look at our teeth and our mouth, people say we have canines, which are the outer sharp kind of teeth. I can put a picture here of a dog or a lion where you can see them very clearly. And if we look at our teeth, they are not really anything like that. They're very blunt and very ineffective. And we have them, but it's probably more likely that we have them in order to eat vegetables that are very, or that are more hard to eat. Even apples are not that easy to eat. And if we actually look at the animal kingdom, if we actually look at the beings on Earth, then we can see that the hippo has the largest canines of all the animals. And they are also strictly herbivores. They only eat plants. So you can't really use that as an argument to say that we're designed to eat meat. Then we can also look at our claws, if you want to call them like that, our fingernails, which are also extremely ineffective to cut any skins or flesh or something like that. And also our teeth are not really made to eat raw meat. Like, maybe you can try it. Maybe you can just, please don't try to bite a living animal, but really it doesn't work. And also the way our mouths are designed is that we grind the food with our teeth, which is also characteristic of herbivores, of animals who eat plants, because we grind all the plants so that we can digest them. And even with all that being said, even if you are 100% sure that we're capable, we are capable of eating meat, but that we are designed to eat meat, then it's still not a moral justification to eat meat or animal products. Since just because I have the ability to punch someone to death and eat them, why should I do it if I don't need to do it, if I don't need to defend myself or whatever? Then there's the protein argument. And to talk about my last argument, I learned a lot from or about veganism from Earthling Ed. I just want to say that at this point, and I watch a lot of his videos to educate myself about veganism and about ethics and everything that's connected with that. So I will put a few videos from him down in the video description if you want to have more insights or learn more about veganism. So then there's the protein argument. We need animal proteins in order to survive. I don't even know where to start, but I can put maybe a few tables here where you can see the protein content of different vegetables. And it's absolutely clear that we don't need animal proteins to survive. And animals also don't have any special kind of proteins that plants don't have in themselves. So it just really doesn't hold up, that argument. Then the same goes for iron. There are a lot of vegetables that have a lot of iron in them. Same goes for omega-3 acids. There are also several plants that have these acids. And then there's the last argument, which is the B12 argument. And people say, oh, you need to eat animals because they have B12. And it's not necessarily the animals that have B12, it's the bacteria in their guts that have B12 or that produce B12. And we have the same bacteria in our guts. But for ourselves, as humans, like these bacteria in our guts, they don't seem to get the job quite done. We need some more additional B12. But if we look at how we consume animals, then we can see that in the factory farms where all the animals are slaughtered and where they're living, in these factory farms, they are being provided with B12 supplements because the animals can't get the B12 from nature, from grass, from the fields where they live on normally. And then you can say, oh, I only eat grass-fed beef and it's only bio and organic, which is actually such a tiny percentage of all the meat supply in the world. It's maybe 1, 2, or 3%. I can link something below for that. So we can see that we supplement animals and then we say, oh, we need to eat animals in order to get the B12, but we could just simply supplement ourselves directly. And also, even for the cattle, for the cows that live outside, even they have a hard time of getting the B12 because they need certain element or mineral, I can put this here, that they need in order to produce, or that they need in order to supply the bacteria so that they can produce B12. And most of the fields, or a lot of the fields and the grass outside where some of the animals live on, just a tiny percentage, even those fields mostly lack this mineral. So overall, we don't need meat or animal products to survive. We can get every nutrient, all the nutrients from plants. And if you don't live in a really extreme situations, you can choose one of the many opportunities or possibilities to get your plants, to get your vegetables. And yeah, that's even not considering all of the animal suffering, all of the environmental destruction we can cause when we eat animal products. And it's also without considering all the health benefits or all of the negative effects we have from eating animal products. So this video is now 13 minutes long. I think that's enough. And yeah, if you have any questions to this topic, let me know. If you have any arguments that I may haven't considered, also let me know. And if you like this video, feel free to share with a friend. Feel free to give me a like, subscribe if you want to, and thank you for watching.